Hey guys, I'm Chantel and welcome back to another video. Today I wanted to do something a little different than lately. I'm going to do, I think this is a tag, the rapid fire questions tag. Is it a tag? I don't know. I feel like I've had so many video ideas lately. It's been forever since I did a tag. And I saw Alan from the Library of Alexandria, I think is how it is. He did this a few weeks ago, last month or something. And he did part 1 answering these questions himself, and then he did part 2 with his wife where she answered the questions and then guessed what his answers were. And I haven't told Jared this yet, but we're gonna totally do that. So I'm gonna answer the questions today, and then I'll have to get him to not watch my video and then answer these questions and guess my answers. So I have a list of the questions here on my computer, and we're just gonna go through. I don't know how rapid fire this is going to be because I'm gonna say my answer and maybe give a little bit of reasoning why. I don't know. First question, ebook or physical book? I mean, I've had an ebook started on my Kindle for over a month that I really wanted to read before October. Have not finished it yet. So like physical book for sure, hands down. I would love to be an ebook reader. It would be amazing, but I'm not. Maybe one day. But I love the feel of the book, and also like having it on my shelf and being like, oh yeah, I'm in the middle of reading that book. It's a great reminder. Yeah, so physical book all the way. Paperback or hardback? If they're the same price, I often will buy the hardcover because they kind of like are more durable. I like that they close when you're done with it. But for reading it, I feel like a paperback is so much easier to read. Depending on the book though, because if it's a hardcover, sometimes it will lay flat, although some paper books will too, paperback. But I think my final answer here will be paperback. Question mark. Online or in-store book shopping? Both. I like online at Book Outlet, and I like in-store when I'm shopping at thrift stores or used bookstores. I think this answer is gonna have to be both. But if I had to pick one, I would say in person. Yeah, I'll say in person, but kind of both. Trilogies or series is the next one. I'm going to say trilogies because a series, I feel like when you get farther than 3 books into a series, it's like the authors kind of run out of ideas and they're just trying to fulfill their contract and make more money. Usually the first book is the best, and then if it's meant to be a trilogy, the whole trilogy can be pretty good. But I feel like a series is generally not as good. There's a few exceptions, but I would say trilogy. I would pick a trilogy over a series. Heroes or villains? Well, I would say heroes, but I like everyday people to be heroes. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna go heroes. Yeah, sure, we'll go with that one. A book you want everyone to read. I don't know, everyone has different tastes. A book I want everyone to read, or a book I think people will enjoy? I don't know. What have people answered for this question? Maybe I will say this book. Mark of the Raven. This is a fantasy book where the main character is groomed to be an assassin. And she doesn't want to be. I feel like maybe this would be a good pick because there are male and female main characters, so it could appeal to both genders. And it's fantasy, but it's not hardcore fantasy, so this would be maybe more well received than some other books I would like. I don't want to say like my all-time favorite book because I don't think everyone would enjoy that. So we'll say Mark of the Raven. So if you haven't read it yet, you should read it. Recommend an underrated book. This is kind of like my favorites shelf over there. And I feel like they're all quite well received. If I look on Goodreads, I think they're all around the 4-star mark. So I don't know if I have an underrated book that I would recommend, because there's a difference between not well known and underrated. So I don't think I have one for this. The last book I finished. Ooh, yes. The Curse of Misty Wayfair by Jamie Jo Wright. Super creepy. If you like suspense and creepy vibes, I 100% recommend this book. If you don't, then you won't enjoy it, but it's pretty awesome. The last book you bought. Oh, I went to the thrift store and I haven't done a book haul yet. I bought 2 books at the last bookstore, or just one. Oh, I know which one I got. So the last book I bought is this one. My Grandmother Sends Her Regards and Apologies by Frederick Bachman. Yeah, I have DNF'd one Bachman, but really enjoyed, I think, 2 of his other ones. So I'm hoping this one's good. If it's anything like his, what was the other one? Oh yeah, okay, his other one that has kind of a similar cover is And Every Morning the Way Home Gets Longer and Longer. That one was like 96 pages and just made me tear up and cry. This one is much thicker. So I'm hoping I enjoy it and don't DNF it like the last one I tried of his. Weirdest thing you've ever used as a bookmark? I honestly just usually grab whatever's around me. Sometimes I do use a bookmark. Sometimes I just flip it upside down. I would say probably like an article of clothing that's lying on the floor or something would probably be the weirdest thing. Maybe a kid toy. Yeah, I think I've used pretty much everything for a bookmark. And when I was in high school, I rode the bus to school and back. So an hour each way every day. And I would often just like, I'd be in the middle of a sentence and I would just close the book and find it later really easily. Because I read so much, I kind of got really good at kind of remembering the general spot of the book and then being able to find my sentence that way. So I don't even always use a bookmark. Used books, yes or no? I mean, I talked about thrift stores and stuff already, so absolutely. Like they can't be smelly. Oh, little free libraries are awesome too. But I like used books because they're way cheaper. And often, like this one here, it's maybe like this is just like slightly bent, like it's been read, but this is like brand new and I got it for $1. So yeah, used books all the way because then I can have more of them. Plus, sometimes I get books that have inscriptions in them. I shared in my October TBR that a few months ago I got The Oath in a little free library tour thing that I did, and there was an inscription here. It says, "To Jim, happy reading over the holidays, in the hope you'll get a chance to relax and do so." Yeah, and I have so many books with inscriptions in them, and that's a really cool like perk of getting a used book, is seeing the cute things that people have written to each other. Top 3 favorite genres. Oh, I feel like I don't even know how I would answer that these days. I think it's changed, or I've like gotten to know myself a bit better. I would say suspense. See, but it depends on, I don't read like mainstream suspense or anything like that. Christian suspense, but not like the cheesy ones. Oh man, this is hard. Okay, no, let's start over. Let's go historical fiction with a fantasy twist. So that's like a sub-genre. Fantasy. And then like a mystery, suspensey kind of thing. I don't know. I think all of my genres I enjoy are subgenres. Whatever, like technically Jamie Jo writes romantic suspense. It's not, but I really enjoyed it. Whatever this is actually. Borrow or buy? I would pretty much always prefer to buy a book, because then I can have it for as long as I want. I can highlight it, I can dog ear the pages, I can tab the pages. I'm not generally rough with my books, but then I don't have to worry. When you borrow a book, you have to be much more careful and think about these things. Characters or plot? Both, but I would say characters, because I like a spunky character that I can kind of relate to or be rooting for. To me, that's the most important thing. Long or short books? Well, if I'm like really enjoying it, I would say a long book. But I think for the most part, I would say shorter books, because I have so many I want to read. This way, I can read more books. So I'd say shorter books. Long or short chapters? I am very, very adamant that short chapters are the best, because they give you lots of different points as to when to stop, and they're not so overwhelming. And I like that often there's like cliffhanger after cliffhanger, because that's generally the kind of books I like. So definitely short chapters. Name the first 3 books you think of. Oh my goodness, well, this one because it's sitting here. The Oath, because I just picked that one up. And totally blanking on books. The Life of Pi. Wow, that was a weird one to come to my mind. But I read that one last month and it very much surprised me. And is not like a genre I would normally pick up. Books that make you laugh or books that make you cry? Okay, well, I really like books with humor and wit and sarcasm, so I prefer that. But I mean, if a book is so well written that I get emotional for whatever reason and cry, that is almost always instantly a 5-star book. So like, I'd always prefer to laugh over crying, but I think either is good. Our world or fictional worlds? Well, I just said my favorite genre is historical fiction with a fantasy twist, so that's like both of them. Yeah, and I feel like my favorite books are kind of like split 50-50 between our world and a fictional world. So both? Audiobooks, yes or no? Yes, sometimes. If I'm in the mood, if I haven't felt like I've had too many kids talking at me at one time, I do enjoy audiobooks when I'm like exercising or cleaning or making supper. I like that I can continue to read when I can't actually sit down and read. Do you ever judge a book by its cover? Absolutely, yes, all the time. Doesn't mean I won't read a book with a terrible cover, but it will be a lot harder for me to pick it up. Book to movie or book to TV adaptation? Well, I don't really watch movies or TV, but I would pretty much say book to TV because you have more time to flesh out the characters and the plot, I think. A movie or TV show you preferred to its book? Oh, I think I thought of something for this when I was watching Alan's video, and now I can't remember what it was. What was it? I don't watch a ton of movies, so like, even if I've read the book, I don't generally watch the movie. Okay, well, if I think about it, I'll pop it up on the screen here. This is going to bother me until I think of it, but I'm currently blanking. Series or standalones? Yeah, so I think I would go standalones. Yeah, like I said, a series generally drags on. Depends on the situation. If it's like Agatha Christie, for example, are her books a series or are they standalones? I think they're standalones, right? Because you don't have to read them in order. So but they're sometimes considered a series, aren't they? Like Perrault's books or whatever. But that's how I would like a series, is for it to follow the main characters but not have to be read in order. Yeah, so I would just say standalones. Okay, apparently that was the last question. So those are my answers. Sometime soon, before Jared actually watches this video, I'm gonna sit down with him and film his answers and what he thinks my answers are, and we will see how many he gets right. Alan did something cool. He had kind of stakes to his game, and I might think about how we could incorporate that into ours. Yeah, so thanks for watching. If you guys have done this tag before, can you let me know? And if you haven't, I would love for you to do it and then let me know when you have it up so I can come watch it. Thanks for watching, guys.